What's going on, guys? Another Gamer 808 here, bringing you a Never Know a Nation podcast, episode 12 of the Know a Nation podcast. I'm your host, Another Gamer 808, here today. Today we have a special guest named RustyPuppets. We've been friends for almost 2 to 3 years. We've been friends since Mixer shut down. And then he came to Twitch, and I followed this guy ever since. He has 427 followers on Twitch. He also has 102 subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, go and check him out, guys. But we're gonna have him on the show today. We got also a lot of topics we're gonna be talking about. In that we got covered for today. But I'm just waiting for Rusty to get on. He said he's going to be 10 minutes late, so... but yeah, how is everyone doing on your Friday? Hope everyone is doing well on your Friday. And yeah, we're just waiting for Rusty to get on. He said he's going to be 10 minutes late, so... we're just going to wait for him, and then we'll get started. But how is everyone doing on your Friday? I hope it's going well for you. But yeah, we're just waiting for Rusty to get on, and then we'll go on from there. But I DM'd him on Discord just before we get started. But yeah, I just want to tell you all about that. But yeah, I send a link to him, so hopefully he'll join in. But anyways, I can tell you what's been going on with me the last few weeks. But yeah, I've been really struggling with Twitch recently because just things haven't been going my way with streaming for this week. So I've just been looking for ways to improve my streams and just try to change my schedule up a bit and streaming less. And then taking mostly 3 days off to make content on YouTube and even putting my Twitch VODs on YouTube. And then, of course, my TikToks and taking some days to do my TikToks and making YouTube shorts, even Instagram Reels. So, yeah, I want to take my time on that, and hopefully this will definitely help me get more exposure and growth. So I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to try to look for some other ways to make my streams and my videos better. But I will put the Twitch VODs on YouTube, see if we can get some exposure from that platform to bring people to here. So yeah, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna make that a thing, and yeah, that's what I wanted to really talk about. But yeah, we're gonna work on that. But yeah, I'm not gonna start the topics until Rusty gets on because he said he's gonna be 10 minutes late. So we're just gonna wait for him, guys, and we'll go on from there. But yeah, but anyways, I don't want to make sure I have any tags going on. Okay, I do have tags. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure everything is working properly. But yeah, you guys are more welcome to submit your questions to me and Rusty. We would be more welcome to answer your questions before he gets on. But yeah, I'm just talking to him. He said he would be 10 minutes late, so we're just going to wait for him to get on, and then we'll introduce him to you guys, tell him who he is, and do a Q&A. And yeah, but we're going to have him on the show in the next 10 minutes, so just bear with me, guys. But yeah, we're just waiting for him to get on, and then we'll get him onto the podcast today. So we can go ahead and discuss these topics and me and his opinion on it. But yeah, we're just waiting for Rusty to get on, and then we'll go on from there. But appreciate everyone coming by and listening. the podcast. If you guys do miss this podcast today, it will be going on YouTube during the week. So I will have the full Twitch VOD of this podcast right here on YouTube. You guys will rewatch it on the replay. And I know the replays have been doing really well on Twitch, which I'm happy about that. But yeah, if you guys do miss it, you guys can rewatch it right here on Twitch. You can also watch it also on my YouTube channel. So yeah. But yeah, basically these podcasts are basically related towards gaming, tech, movies, and TV shows that I will be discussing. And also, I also wanted to add as well theme parks as well. We also talk a lot about the theme parks. So I'm gonna put that into one of the topics that we usually talk about in these podcasts. But yeah. But anyways, I'm waiting for Rusty to get on, and then we'll get started. Because I gotta get a friend request from somebody. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Rusty, and then we'll get started. So yeah, we're just waiting for Rusty to get on, but yeah. I sent him an invite to the podcast, joining through StreamYard. That's how I get all my guests on here. So hopefully he can get in. I'm loading up right now. Okay. All right, man. I'm just letting you know, if you want to join in this call, just got to make an account and just join, and I can add you to the stream. And then we can talk about our topics and introduce yourself. But yeah, no worries, Rusty. I'm waiting for you, man. So I just sent out an invite to you. So just click on that link, and then you have to make an account, and then I'll add you to the stream. So just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to get Rusty in here, and then we'll get started with our podcast today. And try to get as much of the topics that we can get through today. If we don't get through them all, but that's okay. Try to get through all the topics as much as we can. But yeah. But I'm going to shrink these podcast is basically to like an hour now instead of like an hour and a half. I want to make them basically just like an hour, just an hour-ish, so I can do that. So yeah, just let me, but yeah, guys, it's going to be awesome having Rusty on the show. I asked him if he wanted to be on it, and he said yes, so I'm going to try to get as much content creators on these podcasts as much as I can who want to be a part of it, even my friends too. But yeah, I want to get a lot of content creators involved in this podcast because it's fun. I had Carbine on here. I had Millionaire on here. I had a bunch of my friends on here, so it's cool. It's going to be awesome having Rusty on here because I've been doing this for almost 2 or 3 months right now, doing this podcast. But yeah, we're just waiting on Rusty, and then we'll get started here. Oh yeah, here he is. Hello, Rusty. What's up, man? How you doing today? Oh, Rusty's muted. Oh, yes, I'm muted, Mike. Rusty, are you there, man? Rusty, you there?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, man?
What's up?
Welcome to the Noah Nation podcast, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy.
Glad to hear it, man. Why you go ahead and introduce yourself to who you are and what you do, and just tell all about yourself.
So you're basically giving me a chance to promote. I'm a streamer like you, right?
Just tell everyone who you are and where you come from. Tell everyone where to
Well,
follow you to.
I guess the only place would be Twitch, which I've already put Rusty Puppet TV down there. As you can see, my name tag there. So that's where everyone would be able to follow me. For those who are watching it. But yeah, I just am getting back into streaming, so I think I'm gonna try and set up something, to get going. Hopefully during the weekdays and stuff like that. So at least 3 out of the 7 days a week is the goal for now, and then it'll go on from there.
Yeah, and also as well, you were on Mixer at the time when it first launched and stuff. Why tell your audience that you were from Mixer at the time when you first started streaming? Why did you pick Mixer actually when you first started?
So going back to Mixer times, that's when I first started streaming, and the reason I started on Mixer was because of the fact that it was built into Xbox.
Yeah.
So with that being built in, you didn't really need a capture card. You didn't need a PC, and that's back then when I was just on the Xbox, strictly on just Xbox. Obviously, you knew that. And now I have a PC. I have the Nintendo Switch. I no longer have an Xbox, although there are still a few games that I play that are within the Xbox community, like Dead by Daylight and Fortnite and Apex. Cross-platform games.
Yeah. Also, as well, you were also asking about what was your worry when Mixer was actually going to shut down and move to Facebook Gaming at the time when you heard about the news?
So the day it happened, I was actually streaming and I had just reached, I think it was like 900 followers. And then I got the message saying that they were shutting it down. I mean, yeah, it was a major deal to a lot of people who were streaming, but I mean, since then, it has somewhat worked out. Moving over to Twitch, you had always been here. I don't think you were ever on Mixer, unless you were. But we didn't know each other from Mixer.
I actually tried it for a week because I heard because I moved over there to start it for try it out for a week just to try it out because I had a sponsor deal that wanted me to move over there. So I moved over there, tried it for a week. I gained a lot of followers because I was not a Twitch affiliate at the time. So I moved over the Mixer just to try it out for like a week. And yeah, it was crazy how big Mixer really was, where you can just grow a lot of followers in about a day. It's crazy, because anywhere, like any platform, you can't really do that. But Mixer, you really could. It's crazy how crazy the discoverability was.
Yep.
Because they had the hype zone, they had everything.
They had a Fortnite hype zone specifically for Fortnite, and I remember I got on that like 2 or 3 times, and that's kind of what brought growth to small streamers over on Mixer.
Yeah, they had the hype zone, they had LFTL, which I think is like a latency where it's basically the string catches up compared to other platforms do. They had everything.
Yep. Also there was co-streaming.
Yeah, co-streaming.
You can have side-by-side game screens, and you were able to co-stream with different streamers. It would show everyone on the different streams.
Yeah.
I wish that's something that they would do here on Twitch, but the thing is, they do have that. It's for partners. Like, I think that they should bring that down to affiliates. If they brought that down to affiliates,
I honestly
that would definitely help small streamers grow.
Yeah, I honestly agree to that, and and I think Twitch doesn't really care about that, because I've heard a lot of people say that Twitch doesn't care about small creators, that they only care about partner streamers. So I'm kind of not all right with that, basically. But yeah, hopefully they will make it a thing for affiliates, because it would be great. It would definitely be great, because I think that's where Twitch's problem is at, is they need to find ways to bring small streamers discoverability, and there isn't 100% discoverability on Twitch at all. 100%.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I heard something, I don't know how true this is or how accurate this is, but I heard something about they're changing the host system to where the alerts won't pop up and you won't really host someone unless you're bringing viewers over. I don't know how true that is or what exactly that person was talking about, but I heard a streamer talk about that the other day. And I think that's just a thumbs down if they do that.
Yeah, that's bad, basically, if they do that. That's very negative to me. But anyways, but yeah, before we do, let's get on to our topics today. Let's talk about the Daytona 500. The Daytona 500, that was actually a pretty good race, to be honest with you. Close finish. Austin Cindric wins the race, basically. The block had the block 2 lanes from Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace finished the second once again in the Daytona 500, which sucks for him, but congrats to Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric wins the race, wins the first race of the season, locks himself in the playoffs. But yeah, this weekend, NASCAR will be at Fontana, which will be in LA, somewhere in LA. It's kind of closer to there, but yeah, it's in LA, but yeah, it's Fontana, California. It's up there, California Speedway, if you want to call it, or Auto Club. But yeah, that's where they're racing at this weekend. It's gonna be a good race. It's gonna be the 2-mile racetrack. It's not gonna be the short track that they're actually working on for the format to bring the truck series over there. So yeah, it was a really good race. It was good. I did a watch party for that. So it was good. It was a fun race. And then also as well, there is a big rumor going around. I don't think it's absolutely true, but a lot of people are saying that Brady could be going to the 49ers if he does come back to football, but I don't see that actually being true, because he's actually made his retirement actually on Instagram about it, that he's retiring from football for now. So whoever knows if he will return or not.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Can I add to that? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not really too much into football, but I did hear about this specific situation. Now, what's funny is Gronkowski announced his retirement before they went to the Buccaneers, and he came out of retirement to go play with Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me think that maybe that rumor of him going to the 49ers could be true, but it would have to include Gronkowski or somebody else that he wants to play with, I think, is what it'll have to be.
Yeah, if it were to happen, yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see what news comes out later on when the football season kicks off in September. So we'll have to see. Time will tell by then. Also, as well, there is a big update about Microsoft opening the Activision acquisition discussion. I have an article about it. I'm going to read it to you guys, and then we'll discuss about it. Let me find it. Yeah, here it is. Microsoft opens the Activision acquisition talks 3 days after the CIO harassment report. When Microsoft announced it would spend $70 billion to buy Activision Blizzard to bolster its Xbox gaming division. The news came as a surprise to many. For months, the troubled publisher has been in headlines stemming from the workplace sexual harassment lawsuit filed by California's Fair Employment Agency in July. The bad press hit a fever pitch on November 16th after the Wall Street Journal published a report asserted Activision CIO Bob Kotick had not only known by many of the incidents of several harassments that had occurred at the company, but also acted to protect those that were responsible for the abuse. Days after the article came out, Xbox chief Phil Spencer told employees he was disturbed and deeply troubled by the horrific event and actions that alleged took place at Activision Blizzard, and that Microsoft would reevaluate its relationship with the publisher. It's one day after the email that Spencer called Kotick to start the process that would end with Microsoft announced plans to buy Activision Blizzard some 2 months later, according to the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission filing, first spotted by CNBC. Started on page 31 of the document, Microsoft devotes nearly 10 pages detailing the timelines of its talks with Activision. According to the filing, Spencer told Kotick during their November 19th phone call that Microsoft was interested in discussing strategic opportunities between the two companies, and if he had time to talk to Microsoft CIO Satya Nadella the following day. That Saturday, November 20th, Nadella made it clear Microsoft hoped to purchase the publisher and started the company was interested in exploring a strategic combination with Activision Blizzard. It turns out that the quick pace of which the talks moved was mainly due to all the other companies interested in buying up Activision Blizzard after its stock dived in November. At the fourth of the other companies contacted the publisher about a possible acquisition. None of them are named in the SEC filing. However, one notable wanted to just buy Blizzard. Activision did not move forward with that option because of the company's board of directors deemed the sale would have been too difficult to pull off. And then this comes from Lyon Cannon, the commissioner of the current chair, the vision of the strength of the experience of the law. This is what he had to say. Noted was sufficient because it represents the first abandonment of the legal vertical merger in many years. So, and then it goes on to here. The document also detailed the terms of the purchase agreement if the deal doesn't go through due to the antitrust compensations. Microsoft has agreed to pay Activision Blizzard a termination fee of up to $3 billion a few years ago. That's a possibility Microsoft probably wouldn't have had to worry about too much, but 2022 finds the company in a very different regulatory environment. At the start of the month, Nevada abandoned a $40 billion bid to buy ARM after the Federal Trade Commission sued to block the purchase. And then it just goes on from there. But yeah, what's your thoughts on that, Rusty? What they're saying about it.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, I know, and it's really concerning where Microsoft's going to go with this deal if this deal does go through. But a lot of people from the whole government are looking into this deal, so we'll have to see what if that deal does go through into next year, because that deal is supposed to go through into next year. So we'll have to see what happens, or if it happens early, I would be really surprised. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would say on that is hopefully everything turns out to what it needs to be.
Yeah. And also as well, there's a big rumor going around about the Epic universe for Universal Orlando that Super Nintendo World could be coming to that area when the Epic universe is being rumored about. That Super Nintendo World is going to be built in Universal Orlando. It wouldn't be surprising since they have 2 parks that are working on Super Nintendo World, which is basically Universal Tokyo, Japan, and then you also got Universal Studios Hollywood, which is actually making a lot of progress on Super Nintendo World. But there's going to be a lot of rumors going around of Nintendo World actually coming to Universal Orlando, which I wouldn't be really surprised because there's a lot of land that Universal Orlando could build because there's a whole area back there that they can actually work on. So I would definitely not be surprised to see Super Nintendo World on that list. So there's a lot of rumors that they could be getting Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, a whole lot of Nintendo stuff in lands that they're working on. And then the whole main or Super Nintendo World, which basically comes with the Mario Kart attraction, the Yoshi ride, and even Donkey Kong's roller coaster. So I wouldn't be really surprised how much space they could put into a big world like that, but it would be huge. It would be huge for all the Nintendo fans just to experience that actually in real life. So, what's your thoughts on it, Rusty?
I definitely think that they can do a lot more over in Orlando than they can do here in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no doubt. That's no doubt that they can do a lot more over there. I've been there once, and I have to say it is a very, very, very big park. There is a lot, like a lot to it. And I mean, I guess the thing would be they would have to take out other attractions and stuff like that.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Even though I even heard that Spider-Man ride's actually going to be taken down because the whole story with Disney buying Marvel. So
Yeah.
and that Boeing's and I wouldn't be really surprised if they tore that ride down and shut it down if they were to make room for Super Nintendo World or any other attractions that they're working on. But yeah, it's crazy, Also, as well, there is an Xbox Series X best feature is getting a very major overhaul, which is a big upgrade. I do have an article, and it's gonna be definitely related to Quick Resume. So, which is the big feature that came with the Xbox Series X. But yeah, here is a big thing that I found from comicbook.com. I'm going to read it to you guys, and we'll discuss about it. The Xbox Series X and the PS5 are nearly identical spec-wise. The Xbox Series X has a little bit more power under its hood, but the PS5 makes it up with the superior SSD. The consoles also have familiar features, however, the Xbox has one feature that the PS5 does not have. It may be the best feature across both consoles. What the PS5 doesn't have, nor any previous Xbox console, is Quick Resume, which allows Xbox Series X users to suspend the state of games to quickly load back into them. However, after turning off the console or after jumping into another game, that said, while the feature is impressive, there's a room for improvement. Right now, there is a new feature in testing that has made available to Xbox insiders, which allows you to pin up to 2 games in Quick Resume, so they forever stay there no matter how many games are launched after them, unless manually removed. They will never leave until the game is updated. After to this, the fans have requested the ability to turn off Quick Resume. Xbox hasn't confirmed this feature is in the works, but Xbox Jason Ronald did seem to tease it, noting that Xbox, we are working on a number of improvements to Quick Resume to give players more options based on feedback. Adding to this, Ronald teased that Xbox gamers should stay tuned, indicated to news on these improvements isn't very far away. That said, for now, this is all we have. And then it just goes on from there. Xbox Series X. But yeah. What do you think of these upcoming upgrades to the Quick Resume feature for the Xbox Series X, Rusty?
I mean, I think that they'll be useful to some people. I mean, it's also what people are wanting. So if they get that all in, I think it's just a plus for Xbox.
Yeah, it is. And PS5 doesn't even have that, so maybe later on, then maybe they might make an upgrade just like that, maybe similar to Quick Resume. But there's no any platform out there that can make this technology than Xbox. But anyways, let's talk about TwitchCon. TwitchCon just was announced. I got an email from Twitch that they said TwitchCon is coming back. There were a lot of things that if it was going to run this year or wasn't due to the pandemic, but they haven't run TwitchCon since the pandemic, since 2020 and 2021. They couldn't run it those last 2 years, but this year we will be getting TwitchCon this year. The dates for both the events in Amsterdam and San Diego. The Amsterdam TwitchCon will be run from July 17th to the 19th. And then you got TwitchCon running in San Diego on October 7th to the 9th. What do you guys think of it? Are you guys excited about TwitchCon coming back since we haven't had it in 2 years? What do you guys think of it? Rusty, what's your thoughts on TwitchCon coming back this year?
Well, I hope I can go to it. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, me too. I definitely want to go to it. It would be a dream if I went there. But yeah, a lot of people are pretty excited about it. But what's going on, Judah? How you doing, man? Welcome to the podcast. I hope you are having a great day. But anyways, let's talk about our charity stream. I did a charity stream 2 days back. I was doing it to fundraise towards the American Red Cross. It's gonna be good. What I'm saying is, but yeah, we raised $20 towards that charity. I've been doing these American Red Cross streams for the American Red Cross when they first invited me to them. So, and the first one went pretty well. This one did pretty good too. Every little thing will go towards a cause towards the American Red Cross. And I'm happy that they did that. They actually did follow me on Twitch, which I'm very surprised that they would do that. I was shocked when they did that. But yeah, it's awesome to do these opportunities for them. So, But yeah, Rusty, it's cool, Anyways, let's talk about Phil Spector breaking silence on Xbox Game Pass. I do have an article about it. But hold on for a second. I gotta mute myself. Alright, hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. But anyways, let's talk about this article I found. Phil Spencer breaking silence about Xbox Game Pass. Phil Spencer breaks silence on Xbox Game Pass for increased concerns. Xbox Game Pass on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series X, and PC is only $10 a month for an extra $5 a month. Xbox users can upgrade to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which adds Xbox Live, Gold, EA Play, limited time perks, and more to the package. There's no denying that this is currently pricing for both tiers, offering incredible and unmatched value. The longer this goes on through, the more and more occupation builds for a pace increase. A pace increase will happen. It's inevitable, not purely because of inflation, but that said, Xbox Phil Spencer suggests a price increase isn't in the pipeline at the moment. And a lot of speculation about an Xbox Game Pass increase is a result of a massive amount of money Xbox has been splashing in the acquisitions. Of course, Microsoft prints money, but that doesn't negate the fact that it's a publicly traded company that got to where it is, but certainly pursues profit. In other words, Spencer isn't writing bank checks without speculations. Still, if you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, it sounds like you need to not worry about a price increase anytime soon. People asked, I feel like I can't prove this negative. When is the Xbox Game Pass price going to get going up? For all buying the studios. It's inevitable. Even though it's been, for 4 years we haven't raised it? But it's like, it's coming when they are number one. They're going to start doing all these exclusive deals like, Xbox has history. And all I could do is make a decision about our front of us, try to be speculate about what our goals are. That's what Spencer was speaking to Stefan D'Atulio. Spencer continued to talking about how this strategy has already begun paying off, citing the recent release of Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite, both of which saw a record number of players, which is not to be confused with record sales. How did this happen? Because of Xbox Game Pass. And this comes from another quote. Honestly, I mean, you could see it with Forza and Halo, the last releases. These are the most played games in those franchises because we made them available on more screens than we ever have. Through more business models than we've made them available. And it just talks all the way from them, but yeah. What's your thoughts on it, Rusty? Other than raising the price for Xbox Game Pass.
Well, at some point in the future, Xbox will probably buy everybody. So, you'll have Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus all included in Game Pass at some point in the next couple of years. But
yeah, right.
I think once that happens, once they add more to it, I'm pretty sure it'll definitely go up in price. And considering that this deal that they might make next year, there's a ton more games that they can bring.
I could definitely see Spyro and Crash becoming Game Pass games pretty soon. What I've seen. I wouldn't say Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass. I don't think so, but if it does, I would be really surprised.
I could see some of the older ones.
Yeah, true. Maybe Overwatch, because I know Overwatch has been on Game Pass before it left. And then if 2 does come out, I'm sure it'll probably be on Game Pass, because Overwatch has been on Game Pass before, so it's not a shocker. So let's start with the next one. But I'm glad you're doing well, Judo. Appreciate you stopping by. Anyways, let's talk about a mother being arrested in Universal Orlando. And I do have an article about it.
Uh-oh, Karen alert.
But yeah, here it is. Gotta find it. Gotta find the right article for it. Okay, this isn't the right one. Let me see. I think this is the next one. Yeah, here it is. Verdict release of a mother arrested with grand theft at Universal Orlando.
Grand theft? What the heck?
Yeah. 2 months after one guest visiting Universal Orlando was arrested, internationally charged with grand theft. The verdict from the precaution court is in. Last month, Mary Anderson was arrested on Universal Orlando Resort property after she and her family snuck into a Central Florida theme park, completely bypassing the ticket barriers and essentially stealing just short of $1,000 in a Universal Park admission. The incident at the Universal Park involved London mother Anderson and her 3 children and other 2 unidentified guests. Viva, the Orange County Clerk's Office, the public court documents revealed that the incident which led to Anderson's arrest at Universal Orlando Resort, and part of the original documents detailed the events reported by Detective Parker Cavion. And it says, I was contacted by the security office and advised that earlier in the day, a group of adults and juveniles had run through the entrance turnstiles without purchasing a ticket. The security manager stated that Universal Studios wished to persecute the adults in the group and trespassing them, but they were only wanted to trespass the juveniles. She stated that the security officers had located 2 juveniles and 1 adult in the group, at the entrance to the Velocicoaster attraction. And then it just goes on from there. But yeah, it goes here. It says Joanna was later joined by another officer approached to the Jurassic World Velocicoaster attraction at Universal Islands of Adventure, which also houses the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, of course, where they apprehended the group of these juveniles, later moving them to the Universal Security Office. It was that Anderson arrived was reading her Mirand's rights, despite claiming she was at the party all day. As it happens, Anderson was identified by the juveniles and confirmed as a guest arriving with them and bypassing the tickets turnstiles. The report notes it is responsible to believe that the children seemed more under the direction of the mother before going on to declare the charge. But yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, this person is sentenced to a third degree of $750 to $5,000 in public court document states. But yeah, it's crazy why people would actually do this and just get away with it. It's crazy.
Yep. Try that at Disneyland, and I bet you that the police with the Mickey-shaped badges will start chasing after you.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they definitely would. For sure. And also, by the way, there was something else about the H8 carrots, probably. Also, as well, this is a new feature that just came out yesterday. Mixer had the where you could stream through the Xbox dashboard.
Yep.
Well,
They
now,
Twitch,
now you can actually stream direct to the Xbox dashboard to Twitch now. Apparently, now it's brand new. It just came out yesterday, and there's an article about it. And I also heard something about that they're actually going to improve the actual Twitch app, because I know it's been a big issue for Xbox gamers when they first start into streaming, where they want to stream direct to their console. People would have a hard time trying to get that best quality, but what I've heard, they're actually going to make it better, is what I've heard.
What they should do is basically make it to where you can have basic overlays or frames, and then like you can choose from standard alerts and stuff like that. So that way it'll still, you still have some kind of alerts and pop-ups and stuff like that for your viewers.
Yeah. But here's an article about it. Oh, this is another thing I found. But yeah, where's the other one I found? I guess that's what I had to say. But yeah, it's what I've heard. What they're actually making it better. I think it's going to be good for Xbox gamers when they first start out. But yeah, let me see what's next. Also, as well, I think I didn't put this in the article. I didn't put this in my podcast topics, but Twitch is in the works of making a new program that they're working on to pay streamers for more reliable. This is coming from Verge.com, and this comes to where it says an ad incentive program will pay streamers guaranteed minimum amount of ad revenue per month. Twitch is implement of a new incentive that could alleviate one of its biggest stressors of content creation and reliable income. Ad Incentive Program, or AIP, is a new program that will pay selected streamers a guaranteed monthly minimum amount of ad revenue. Qualified affiliates or partner streamers will receive a notification from Twitch offering them different payouts based on the amount of ad run per hour. Total hours streamed. An example, Twitch provided if a creator stresses for at least 40 hours that month, they could receive $100 for running 2 minutes of ad per hour, and $300 for 3 minutes, or $500 for 4 minutes. And yeah, it just goes on from there. And in addition to these tier incentives, the AIP also comes with an ad management feature that controls when ads are played during a stream innovating the burden of timing ad breaks. In the announcement, Twitch said that the amounts offered will vary by creator and that there's no cap on potential earned income. Creators can receive additional revenue at the normal rate for streaming beyond the required minimum number of hours. If a creator opts out of this program, Twitch said they can receive a properly payment based on the number of hours streamed. The EIP seems like a kind of universal basic income program for streamers. Income unreliability is one of the biggest headaches for content creators. Revenue from donations and subscriptions could widely fluctuate from month to month, creating a sparrowous environment for people who depend on that income. According to Twitch, having a reliable floor of ad revenue should enable you to better plan for the future. Whatever that may look like, we hope it's an important step towards empowering creators. So what's your thoughts on that, Rusty?
It kind of sounds like it's going to be a pick and choose thing, though.
Yeah,
that's
true.
what it sounds like to me. I don't think it's going to be necessarily something for everyone. I think it's going to be based on who they want. It's kind of what it seems like.
True. But
so, I guess we'll have to see how it plays out before we make any judgments. But I mean, that could be a good idea. Obviously, people helping people make money, stuff like that.
True. Also, as well, Universal Orlando is working on a Never roller coaster, which is I'm not surprised by because they have a lot of roller coasters there. So I wouldn't be really surprised that they would still have the room to make more roller coasters. But I do have a article about it. So let me find it. Universal reportedly begins construction on the next roller coaster. Universal Orlando Resort has been making major strides in the attraction growth. Just in the last few years, Universal Orlando has added 2 state-of-the-art roller coasters. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, Jurassic World's Velocicoaster, which opened last year. These 2 incredible rides are unique themed and have been major draws to the theme park. Now it seems Universal Orlando is seemingly already in the midst of developing another roller coaster. Twitter user Tommy Hoskins recently shared photos which we can see that sheet piling is taking place, and by the location, it seems that this construction is for the rumored How You Train Your Dragon roller coaster, which I wouldn't be really surprised if they can have How You Train Your Dragon because none of the other Universal parks don't have this, so it wouldn't be really surprised if they can make DreamWorks theme area where they can have How You Train Your Dragon in that area. So, and How You Train Your Dragon is like one of my favorite DreamWorks movies, so I would be really happy if they could do that, if they could make a roller coaster for that.
It's a shame that they'd be doing that when they just got rid of Shrek. Shrek is the OG of Universal and DreamWorks, and look what they did. They took the show out.
Yeah, true. And again, this is purely speculated at this point. But yeah, here's some pictures of what I found. I'm gonna zoom in on it. But yeah, that's what it's supposed to basically look like. Let me get it a little closer. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be looking like on that area over there, where they're actually working on that roller coaster. So it's going to be very interesting how that's actually going to look for the Epic Universe, which is basically a thing that Universal Orlando is doing because they want to expand their theme parks. So I've seen a lot of other parks expanding their theme parks because that's what they want. It's basically going to bring more revenue to those big companies like Universal or Disney. So it's huge. And the Epic Universe was a thing that everyone was basically talking about. So yeah, it's a big one. So what's your thoughts on it, Rusty? Not besides the DreamWorks thing, but like Epic Universe in general, like spanning theme parks and stuff.
Well, I think the theme parks both there and here in Hollywood are going to be expanding within the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Which there was a rumor that they're gonna actually, if Universal can actually buy, because you know that golf course over there, like near where it's like where the studios are.
Are you talking about the one here, Hollywood?
Yeah, yeah. There's like a golf course over there.
Uh-huh.
If they were to buy it, would that make more expansion to the theme park? If they were to buy it?
Definitely. It definitely would. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Disney is also trying to work with the city of Los Angeles, or no, not Los Angeles, Anaheim, to
Mhm.
get an expansion to the park on the northwest side of the park, which would be kind of where Star Wars is, I think, between Star Wars
Yeah,
and Toontown. They
yeah.
want to buy out a whole area so that they can expand the park even more. But I
Hmm.
don't know what more they would put.
Well, they would have to work on some kind of land that everyone would know that is not on that list, or maybe another attraction would be kind of cool. Maybe another dark ride. I don't know.
I mean, they got the two biggest franchises already in the park. They got Marvel and Star Wars.
Hmm. I don't know what they would probably make next. Maybe Avatar. I don't know, because Avatar is in Orlando, so I don't know how they would make it related to the one in Orlando compared to the one here. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Activision gives Microsoft a costly new ammunition. It's coming from the Wall Street Journal. But yeah, we're gonna read it. But yeah, here. Video game publisher weakened position could make the antitrust argument harder to support. Activision Blizzard has really better hope that Microsoft's deal pulls through. In the months since the two companies announced their agreements to merge, Activision's situation has deteriorated further. Federal and state regulators are winding their prompts into the company's now well-known problems with the workspace misconduct. The Wall Street Journal reported last week, and it just goes on from there. But what's your thoughts on it?
No, I'm not sure that I really have a comment on that one.
But anyways, there's another NASCAR thing as well that I found in the reports, but Ryan Truex could be running 4 races for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, which I've heard about Ryan Truex since I got into NASCAR. So he's basically reporting that he could be racing for 4 races in the Xfinity Series for Joe Gibbs Racing. But yeah, here's what Joe Gibbs had to say. Joe Gibbs Racing announced today that Ryan Truex will return to the organization to run 4 races for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, racing behind the wheel of the No. 18 Toyota GR Supra in 2022. Truex's first race will be at Las Vegas Motor Speedway on March 5th. 29-year-old Mayada, New Jersey native is also scheduled to drive for the No. 18 Toyota GR Supra at Martinsville on April 8th, Darlington Raceway on May 7th, and Texas Motor Speedway on May 21st. And then this comes from Ryan Truex, what he has to say. I'm honored to compete in the No. 18 Toyota GR Supra with Joe Gibbs Racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series this season. I'm having the opportunity to get behind the wheel of Joe Gibbs Racing's entry is an absolute dream come true. Even better, Toyota is sponsoring my inauguration race at Las Vegas Speedway next weekend. I can't thank them and Joe Gibbs Racing enough for making this happen. So yeah, it's awesome to see Ryan Truex to be in the Xfinity Series, just to race for 4 races for them. We'll have to see how he does, and hopefully he'll win a race when he comes back. So yeah. So I think since we wrapped up all those articles that I went through, how about we do a Q&A before we end it off here? But if you guys have any Q&A questions for me and Rusty, go right ahead, ask us anything. let us know. But let us know what you got. Any questions for me and Rusty? We will answer them as much as we can. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes just to ask us any questions. But this can go towards me or Rusty or both of us. What did you think of Alien Isolation? Alien Isolation, it was a pretty fun game. It was pretty fun. It was a little confusing at the start, but I kind of figured it out, how to do it and stuff. But yeah, Alien Isolation is a pretty fun game. Probably one of my third favorite sci-fi games. It is a little creepy, but it's not really that bad because it's sci-fi. So it's just aliens. So basically what it is. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's very interesting how these two astronauts traveled to this spaceship, and it was abandoned the whole entire time, and you're basically exploring it. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's very dark too, game. So it's very interesting. I definitely like it. It looks pretty fun. Very story-driven game. Any more questions for me and Rusty before we head out? But I can ask you maybe a couple more things, Rusty, by the way. I'd like to go ahead and ask you maybe some more questions before we head off.
I'm being interrogated.
But anyways, Rusty, why don't you go ahead and talk about your 1 year break that you had to take a break from like all of this for like a year? Why don't you go ahead and talk about that for a minute?
Well, about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just needed. A lot of streamers that I knew that streamed back then also were gone. I kind of blame the pandemic as part of the reasoning. A lot of people have stopped streaming. But at the same time, I specifically stopped because I was transitioning from straight Xbox console and streams from Xbox to now switching over to the PC. So during that time, that's kind of what also made me make the decision to, not focus on it too much. And that's kind of where I kind of stepped back and stopped streaming like I was before, like I was doing every other day. And now that I've switched over, I had been working on a few projects regarding some other things that were kind of away from stream. And within that break, I realized, I needed to step away from those projects because those were not necessarily my projects. It was me trying to help, other projects. And I made the decision that I needed to just focus on my own thing and get back to it. I gotta grow myself before I can help others grow.
Yeah. How would you lean that towards the advice for small creators if you were to give advice to them if you were in that situation?
I would say the same advice that I was told. And it's live your own dream, don't live the dream of others.
Yep, absolutely.
Because if you focus on someone else's dream, you're not moving anywhere with yours.
Yeah, true. And also as well, you also talked about you transitioning to PC. How is that so different compared to console, compared to where you're at right now?
It makes streaming a lot easier. I'll guarantee you that. It really does make streaming a lot easier. I mean, right now it's just PC games and the Switch. And actually, I can say this about my channel specifically. From YouTube to Twitch to Instagram or IGTV, which is now, I guess it's something else, not necessarily IGTV anymore.
I think it's Instagram TV. I think.
Okay, yeah. So either way, all of the content,
and then you got Instagram Reels, which is where you can play.
Well, that's what I thought took over. I thought Reels took over IGTV. I think
it's still there, but it's just different. I think it's on PC. I think only.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, like that, my content is primarily going to be probably Animal Crossing, Fortnite, um, and a few other games. I gotta, like I said, still working out on what exact content I want to do. But I think this whole trade post thing that I'm trying to get going on Animal Crossing could be decently successful. You know.
Yeah. Also, as well, Rusty, before we head off, uh, for the final moments before we close this podcast and stuff, but anyways, why don't you go ahead and shout out your socials and everything before we head out, just one more time, so everyone knows where to find you and stuff.
So I believe obviously Twitch is Rusty Puppet TV. My YouTube channel, I'd have to check that. I think it's just Rusty Puppet Gaming. Yeah, it's Rusty Puppet Gaming, and then you can also find me on TikTok. And then that's. Oh, you know what? We should actually mention TikTok and Hover. Both of those, we're both on those platforms. And on TikTok, you can find me at Rusty Puppet TV as well. And I think Hover is also the same thing. It should just be Rusty Puppet TV. So it's kind of like, yeah, Rusty Puppet TV on all three of those. Instagram, I won't really put that out there just yet because I'm still trying to build that up. But yeah, so Rusty Puppet TV on TikTok, Hover, and on Twitch. That'd be where they could find me.
Yeah. Anyways, Rusty, thank you so much for coming into the podcast today. I'm happy to have you on the podcast. But yeah, thanks for coming on in, and I will see you next time, man. Whenever we.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
But yeah, thanks for coming by. But yeah, I'm just gonna kick you out. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna do it for the podcast here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a great podcast. We shared our own opinions with me and Rusty and stuff. It was awesome. But yeah, be sure to go and check out Rusty Puppets on all of his social medias that he just mentioned. Go and check him out. Go follow his Twitch. But anyways, I will see you guys in a bit. I will be doing a collab with him today. It'll be at 4:00 p.m. Pacific time. It'll be Fortnite and Animal Crossing. It will be all on Nintendo Switch today, so I will see you guys there in about 2 hours. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Rusty, thank you so much for coming on in. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in about 2 hours. And for the next podcast I'm doing, next Friday, we won't have a guest yet, but if I were to do, I will hopefully have a guest for next week, but if not, then we won't have a guest on there. But yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in about 2 hours. Thank you guys for tuning in.